Good morning and welcome. This is Perspectives. My name is Mugure. This is a segment where we talk about issues that affect you. And remember, you can interact with us on the hashtag KTN Life and Style to let us know what you feel, what affects you, topics you'd even want to see on the show. And last week we talked about what the youth want in 2020. Today we're going to talk about tech innovation. And I'm joined by three amazing guests who will introduce themselves, starting from my left.
Hi, I'm Ivan Amkasa, CEO and co-founder of SophiBot, and what we do at SophiBot is we use artificial intelligence to answer your questions on sexual and reproductive health, because this side of the world, it's awkward and hard to openly and honestly talk about sexual health. Yes.
Hi, my name is Gavani Njoroge. I'm the CEO and founder of Pink Sapphire Technologies. We're an IT startup company with a focus on cybersecurity, which is a very needed space in the way the world is going right now.
Okay.
Thank you.
And I am James Moi. I am the CTO and co-founder of a company called Sky Garden. Sky Garden is an e-commerce as a service platform that helps small businesses be able to sell online by offering a tech product that makes it easy for you to upload your inventory online, and also we handle shipping as well as payments logistics for you.
Okay. Maybe you can go a bit deeper about your app.
Yes.
It's quite an interesting app, because even just face-to-face talking about it is even just something else. So how does it work exactly?
What happens is we've created lots and lots of questions and answers on sexual and reproductive health and build out a system that automatically answers that. So go on all the platforms that you're on, either as an app or either on Telegram, get SophiBot, zero login at all, say hi, and then start asking questions. A little bit of the impact we've had, we've been asked over 40,000 questions.
Oh, wow.
From over 4,000 users in 155 countries.
So who's behind it giving answers to this?
She answers herself. Like the tech itself
answers the questions.
Yeah.
So it's not like you guys behind a comp like, this guy is swali lot of molis. Like, how do you answer it?
The tech itself answers the question.
And what was the inspiration behind it? Like, what made you want to start this specific app?
Oh, yeah, interesting. I've been playing around with the technology behind SophiBot for a while, and did like a couple of silly things, like built a Bible, self-answering Bible, built a self-answering dictionary until 2016, and then the United Nations Population Fund focused me to this direction, where the sexual health as a subject people do not want to talk about, and there was this piece of technology that was like very, very, very niche and very suited to solve the problem. So it's a merging of the two, where there's playing around with the technology for a while, and then somebody pinpoints me to this direction, to this core problem, and I'm like, yeah, let's start solving for this problem with this technology that I've been playing around with for so long.
Okay. And so far so good. How is it doing? How do you make your money out of it?
So we are fully funded under UNFPA. So for all our users, it's free. They're teaching us how to automatically answer questions better, and then hopefully in the future we'll sell that to businesses to automate their customer support. So we started off with a $10,000 check from United Nations Population Fund, and we've been using that so far till now. But then, as I said, 40,000 questions, so a huge data set of questions from 4,000 users, and not just in Kenya, but from all over the world.
Oh, okay. Gadoni, maybe we could go in deeper on your and tell us about
Basically,
it.
as an IT company, pretty much what we try and do is assess what your needs are. We do focus on cybersecurity, but that starts elsewhere. In terms of if it's hardware, if it's software integration, we get into that. In terms of cybersecurity, what we like to do is at least do an audit first, see what is on the ground, what is happening, or where your vulnerabilities. In as much as we have companies investing a lot in cybersecurity, you're only as strong as your weakest link. And in this is the human aspect. So it's about raising awareness about what you need to do. You know, we all get these emails, you know, you've won this from Emirates, or you know, or even the committee. You know, we all get the committee guys calling us, or you know, there's just being aware. What does like phishing look like when, you know, if Emirates is going to send you a free ticket, why do they have to use a third party? You know?
And not just them directly.
Exactly. So it's just about raising awareness and then seeing how you can protect yourself. It starts with as simple as having an antivirus on your phone and on your laptop. And also demystifying the myth that cybersecurity is only for the big people, the big organizations, the banks, the Safaricom. It starts with you, because even for SMEs and small organizations, your laptop is your everything.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
if it's hacked, then
That's
there
it.
goes your everything.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's just about we're just trying to raise awareness, and then going further into what solutions can we offer you based on the level you are, the level of the organization.
Oh, thank you. Sky Garden. People
Yes.
these days are, me being a victim, I just hate shopping physically, so I'm always just there online picking things. But you can just tell us more about Sky Garden.
Yes, so Sky Garden is trying to make e-commerce easy and accessible to everyone. Traditionally, doing e-commerce has been very hard. Number one, you need some level of technology expertise to be able to build a platform for people to be able to come and find your products. What we've done at Sky Garden, we've built a very easy to use technology product that you can just download in form of an app. You can upload your inventory, and anyone who has a shop can be able to use it, whether you're selling electronics, fashion, furniture, household items. And once you upload the products to Sky Garden, you can be able to opt into promotional campaigns that we run through partnerships with companies like Facebook, Google, Instagram, and that means there's a likelihood of you being able to get an order. And once you get an order, we handle the shipping for you. We will come for the product in your shop, we take it to the customer, and once the customer pays, we're able to pay you instantaneously. So we have a payment solutions that we have built, whereby we run a kind of an escrow model. So you as a merchant, you put your products on Sky Garden, people buy those products, they pay to a Sky Garden account, and then the Sky Garden system is able to compute how much you're supposed to be paid. We make it very easy for you to decide how much you want to be paid. And most of our merchants, they make the same amount on a product that they would make offline.
Okay.
So if you're selling this chair for 1,000 shillings offline, you can still sell it for 1,000 shillings online. And Sky Garden makes money by adding a markup, and also customers pay for the shipping of those products.
Okay. So that's how you make your money.
Yes.
Okay.
So we have built a built-in wallet system whereby we make it very easy for you to access your money as a merchant. So once you get paid, you can log into the wallet and you can decide if you want to move your funds to M-Pesa, to bank, etc. And we are growing very fast. We are now 3 years old, and we have already over 10,000 merchants in Nairobi alone.
Okay. So technology-wise, what are some of the challenges you'd say you face ever since you started this?
It gets very technical. So resources, in a sense, where we do not have access to as much compute power as guys out there. And this is something in the space that I'm in, where it's fully artificial intelligence, where you need lots of computational power to like build this sophisticated AI model. So it's computational power has been the biggest problem, and it's also costly if you try go to a cloud, pay for someone else's computer, go to a cloud service to do that. But then what you've been having is a couple of guys in the AI angle have been pre-training sophisticated AI models and try and make their weights public so that any other developer can build on top of that. So computational power has been the biggest challenge. And then I feel we are working at the bleeding edge of whatever we are at, with the bleeding edge of the technology sector that we're in. So we are fully dependent on research papers out there, and then you feel there's a drive for academics to publish the next research paper versus trying and building out an actual usable pipeline. So those are the two challenges.
Okay. For you, Gadoni, what did you say?
I think it's the buy-in in terms of cybersecurity. It's something that affects all of us.
Yes.
But for the most part, and most companies, even globally, we're more reactionary, instead of trying to be proactive.
Yeah.
In as much as you can never be 100% secure, there's still steps that you can make towards being secure.
Yeah.
So in terms of buy-in, in the space itself, cybersecurity is something that is growing also very fast. Like he's saying, with that e-commerce, everything being online. there's a lack of skill set, and this is globally. So I think that's also a challenge because we don't have enough professionals in this space to keep up with the way the technology is moving.
For us, being a very tech-centric company, first of all, I think we've done very well as a country in terms of enabling young people to be able to come up, prototype ideas and test them out and be able to build companies around that. But there are still challenges, especially for a company like ours, which is a cloud-based service. The cloud resources we use are all based outside of Kenya, very far away some. So sometimes you find your product is not as fast as you'd like it to be for your customers. In what we call latency, it's very high. There are organizations that are trying to make it easier for us, like Microsoft. I know they are bringing in data centers in Africa, in South Africa. But generally, I think access to resources has always been a challenge in general.
And in terms of tech innovation, what do you guys feel like compared to where we were before and now where you can access everything online? Would you say Kenyans are receiving it well? Because Kenya is also ranked in terms of Africa amongst one of the best when it comes to technology. I think we're like #2. So what would you say, how is the reception, you'd feel the reception, especially since you guys are actually part of, creating such apps?
That's interesting. So we've leapfrogged through a lot of things, but then there's so much more we can do. An example is how legal entities understand what's happening in technology. So funny example is Kera wanted to tax paid apps, and then they in no way contributed, they no way understood how like the app payment platform happens. Yet they didn't even know until last year Kenyan developers couldn't host paid apps until a couple of people in this room lobbied Google so that Google. So we can find a way where industry plugs in with legislation so that things move the way they should. They should move. The thing is, as I said, we probably when there's so much to do. I'll go to something I'm interested in, esports. So home internet is growing really fast, but then it's limited, it's capped at streaming. Everyone is just streaming. But then you have lots of people who want to play online tournaments, who need like as much downstream internet as they need an upstream connection, and they can't get that so far from home internet provider. So we believe but then there's a couple of other things we need to do to compete with the best out there in the world.
I think for me, yes, we are there, but with when you're advancing comes with its challenges. So it's just a matter of, in as much as a majority of Kenyans are online, it's about how to protect yourself, how to keep your data secure. Kenyans are not very safe online. In as much as we're very technology advanced, we're also low when it comes to being safe. We don't really value our data. And with the way the world is going, data is the new oil. So so you have to protect your oil. Or else Facebook will do it for you. And others. So it's just about being, as much as you're online doing all these things, how do you say, how do you stay safe? If you need to log out of platforms and stuff like that. It's just about don't share your data. It's not just your bank password anymore. It's so much more.
So in short, many people are not knowledgeable about how basically technology functions and such apps.
I think it's the dangers that go with it. You go to a cyber, you log into your bank, but ending the session doesn't log you out. So the next person comes in, your Facebook is still open, and they can do whatever they want. So it's just about being aware, like how to close doors. All the doors you've opened, you have to close them as you're leaving. And always make sure they're locked. Basically it's almost like physical. So it's just about being, in as much as we're online and we have all these advancements, it's also about how do you then keep yourself safe and protecting your data.
And I think also as players in the industry, we have a responsibility to educate the masses about the dangers of the internet. It's very good at making our lives easier. You can be able to access whatever you want, have it delivered to you at any time. But there's still an inherent danger in it in terms of your privacy, in terms of your data. So we have a role to play as players, as governments, as you know, all the stakeholders in the industry, to make sure we make technology accessible, easy to use, but also people are aware of how dangerous it can get.
Okay. And in terms of technology, it making things like easier for people, don't you think it's sort of like phasing out other businesses? For instance, let's say people now are more digital, and now in terms of newspaper, no one is going, especially our generation, no one is going to walk to the shop and buy a newspaper and actually read it, as opposed to just going online. Do you feel like it's going to phase out some of the businesses? Like even, for instance, yours, it deals with you people going now to those businesses and getting the product.
I think there are some roles that will be phased out inevitably. But
and is that a good or bad thing?
But we see it more opportunities being created. If we phase out the role of, you know, a security guard because we have installed an automated system, that means we've provided opportunities for people who created that automated system.
But so what about the watchman?
Can be trained to use it.
Okay.
Yes.
Exactly. So there is ups and downs depending on how you look at it. But again, we cannot say we are going to shine technology so that we protect people's jobs. Everyone has to adapt and grow with it. If it needs retraining, but eventually we are going to be able to create more opportunities for everyone.
What do you think?
Evolution, I think, so it's like, I think consider it less more phasing out and forcing like things to evolve. So the jobs that are currently right now were created to solve problems for a specific for specific time and specific period. As new technologies keep solving and automating a lot of things, new problems and new challenges will arise. So it's challenging us to like to aspire to new interesting problems to solve each. And what it does is basically forces all these other industries just to evolve towards next. And there's people get a bit philosophical with this entire AI conversation, and they're like, who told us we had to work our entire lives only to retire? And like, imagine like a utopian world where you wake up every morning, you go and pursue whatever you want to your fullest extreme, and it's not tied to a paycheck, because a lot of things, the economy has changed from. So if we get there, and thanks to technology, that would be amazing, because everyone can solve more interesting problems every single day, rather than just living every single little thing.
And in terms of technology, most people feel that you have to be knowledgeable when it comes to IT. They feel like it's a whole complicated thing. Is that the case? Like you just have to be like an IT guru? Because that's what many people do.
I think it has gotten easier and more accessible. I remember in this country, I don't know if it still exists, we used to have something called International Computer Driving License, where you need some sort of international accreditation to be allowed to use a computer in a government office. Nowadays, you don't need that. Anyone can be able to access technology and be able to use it. So it has gotten advanced and every day it's getting much more and easier to use and much more decentralized, whereby people, you know, out there, even people who are not trained as computer experts, can be able to take advantage of that technology.
And do you feel like most people are aware or not aware? Because there are very many apps that people, I'm sure even like yours, there are many apps that people, actually all of you, that people are not aware of. Do you feel as a country we're there, or there's still a lot of, let's say, like advertising that needs to be done for people to be aware of all these things? Or is it just for a certain niche of people?
It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. So it's just about also creating the awareness. You know, if it's about sexual health, the Ministry of Health should be involved. You know, and say this is, you know, and the VCT centers. You know, so it's just about raising the awareness of what is online. You know, but the stakeholders have to be the forerunners in it. So if it's maybe shopping or whatever, the supermarkets should be pushing that. So that's how you can raise the awareness, I think.
But don't you think like people think that it's sort of taking away, as I said earlier, their job? That's why they're not really into it. Like the other day I saw this driving license. These days the way you just renew it online, and now they're sort of making it like a must now. So if you're not registered on eCitizen, then it's like you have to go redo your whole DL again, your whole exam. Yeah, the whole process again.
It's improving efficiency, and
Yeah.
also going how things have changed is like 2013 I had to like manually, like my first app, 2014 first app, then I had to like manually install it in people's phone.
Yeah.
2016 I start SufiBot and then tell people you're all these many platforms, but then the question people ask, so is it an app? So you've seen the evolution as start last year, like after 3 years after building bots, like since 2016, guys are now interested in bots, and like we were ahead of the curve a bit earlier. So the knowledge is it keeps increasing, but then also technology goes to just improve efficiencies. Like for as many jobs that are taken away, a couple of more are created, and then it's the task of us as a community to keep educating guys who keep getting phased out of other angles. But then it's improving efficiency, because even with that e-citizen angle, they have like, apply online, but then there's still that physical component where you need to go to.
Because even like renewing to the new one, you still have to go like physically. So then it's a bit confusing.
It's partly automated, partly still manual.
Yeah, so we still have a long way to go.
We have a long way to go.
Do you think that?
Yes.
And technology works well when people build localized solutions, local solutions for local people.
Yes.
We have to work hard as Kenyans to be able to build local solutions that solve problems that we have ourselves in the country, as opposed to just importing everything and telling people to use it. So we have a long way to go in order to be able to allow people, to get people to a place where they can comfortably be able to use this technology, because they feel it solves a problem that is part of their life. And one of the reasons why there are so many startups that have grown in Nairobi is because we have been able to have things like technology innovation hubs, like the iHub, fast internet connection, availability of things like M-Pesa APIs. If solutions like that could be available even at county level, we can have, people within the county being able to build technology solutions for those counties, and therefore people will feel like this is part of something that I need, not just being forced to use it because it is popular in America.
Yeah, it's popular, Do you think that it's something that should be introduced as early as in school, primary school?
Definitely.
Because these are things I feel like currently people come to discover like way after, in college or even after college. That's when you're like, oh, there's such an app, there's such an thing going on.
Exactly. We need to encourage more and more people in science and technology. More people taking up mathematics, science in universities and colleges and all that, because those are the people who end up now being able to build these solutions for their local communities.
And then the building solutions is like to make like fully like impactful solutions. You just don't do. So I hate like when people say digital transformation, because each time I feel they're basically taking a manual process and making filling the form online that you still have to take through the process. So if like it's digital, have it through digital transformation, you're not just digitizing, you're revolutionizing you're revisiting that entire experience of doing things and having technology make it efficient, fully efficient at one. Just not making the application process, moving it from paper to, that's like step one. Like that's not even like true digital transformation. Like have technology fully reinvent the entire experience for every single thing that you're solving, not just filling forms.
Filling forms, and then that's it. Oh, okay. Well, thank you guys. Maybe you can tell us where people can get you. We can start with you, Gadoni. Tell us where people can get you if they want all this information, because yours is also very important, as you say, because most people don't know. A laptop will just crash. You're like, oh my goodness, the end. Yet there are steps that could have been taken before that to solve this. So if people want to learn all that.
Okay, basically, we do have a website. It's Pink Sapphire. PinkSapphireTech.com. You can also be reached on phone number 0722 563366. But we just try to create awareness, and we send out information on Twitter, on LinkedIn as much as possible. And we work together with other bodies like the Communications Authority in order to be able to send more information about, even for kids, how to keep kids safe online. It's very important, Like you said, internet is good, but it's bad, but you can also use it in a good way to learn.
Okay.
So it's just about raising that awareness. So yes, we can be found on helpingsaffaretech.com.
Okay.
For us, if you are a small business and you sell products in your shop and you want to make more money online, just download the Sky Garden app from Android Play Store or iOS Play Store.
Okay.
If you search for Sky Garden, you'll see the Sky Garden Merchant app and start uploading your inventory. For customers, if you want a good shopping experience, good customer service, faster delivery, just go to sky.garden on your browser and you'll be able to discover amazing products.
Okay.
Way too many plugs to. Okay, so SophieBot, go check out SophieBot on the Play Store. At me SophieBot on Twitter. If you want to come and do like what we do, like run, build and develop apps, I'm a member of like a huge community of people who build. And
so you're also
apps.
mentoring people.
Yeah. So they can check out meetup.com and search Android 254.
Okay.
Android 254. It's the largest community of Android developers this side of the world. So they can start, they can get into being techies, and this secret is start with a specialized area. For this angle, I'm pushing Android development. So join the community and check out SophieBot. Yes.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Well, there you had it. We're talking about tech innovation today, and we're not done. This was just the beginning. So we're taking a short commercial break. Do not touch that dial.